is this idea of a relationship with the Lord. And I want to encourage you guys, if you didn't get a chance to come to the last two Wednesday nights, Joshua is going through the book of 1 John. And they've been pretty powerful messages where the first one he's talking about walking in the light. And if we say that we have fellowship with God and yet walk in darkness, then the truth is not in us. That sounds like a religious concept, but the reality is if God is light and darkness can't exist in his presence, then how, if we're walking in darkness, can we be in the presence of God? And God wants us to be in his presence. Now, the religious side of that would say, well, then I have this shame and this guilt, and God doesn't want me to be around him. And so, therefore, as I'm harboring this darkness, and God is light, and in him is no darkness, so therefore I can't be around him. It's a condemning thing. That's the religious thing. Where the opposite of that is God is saying, I'm your answer for that darkness. Bring it into the light. Because once you bring that darkness into the light, you begin to confess that, 1 John 1:9, then you have fellowship with me and with one another. I want you to be in fellowship with me. I don't want you to be in darkness. I don't want you to harbor sin. And so again, the contrast between the religion and this relationship that we have is very, very different. Religion says white knuckle it and try harder and you can do better. A relationship with God says you don't have the power. You're powerless without me. Bring it to me. And I'll supernaturally do it for you, but you have to surrender it. I'm not going to force it out of your hand. You have to give it to me open hand, and you have to let me have that. But Lord, that means I got to be vulnerable. Yeah. That's what relationship means. You got to be vulnerable with God. You got to bring him those things and say, I tried in my own strength. And so when I say that we all have struggles, I don't mean that, yeah, we all have struggles. Let's just stay in them. Why would we do that? We want fellowship with God. We want to walk in the light. We want to see supernatural things taking place in our life. Where are those supernatural things coming from? They're coming from God. They're not coming because we've white-knuckled it or tried harder. Trust me, there are things in my life where I give it my best. I have a strong will, and I can't do it in my own power. And those things, the Lord nails them, and he's showing me, Johnny, you've tried for years. You want to give me that? Nah, I don't know if I want to give it to you yet. I want to try again. I'm going to try harder this time. I'm going to try go around the backside. And God's like, all right, I love you. I'll endure with you. And I try, and I can't. And I get to those places where I'm like, Lord, I can't. I guess I got to give you this. I need your help. Can you do this for me? Can you do this through me? Can you show me as I surrender it? And then you watch God, and you're like, wow. And then you take it back. I took it back. You take it back. All right, God, you did it that one time. I got it now. Okay, I learned the lesson. I got it. Now I'm going to take it back. And God's like, no, this is a forever thing. You don't have it in you to do it. It doesn't exist within you. It's not in your genome. You don't have the genes for it, kid. And so those are things that we need to constantly that's religion. We can take the religion or have this awesome, wonderful relationship with God. In chapter 2 of 1 John, he just went into another fellowship with God and the dynamic of what that looks like. And so again, I encourage you guys to check both of those out.